I stumbled on this funny video and story on TikTok, and it's crazy how a lot of things happen in society. Most things, most stories that happen in society, we can't even imagine them happening, because there are some persons in society that we rate them so high. And when we see them do certain things, we become very shocked, surprised, and all that. In fact, this story, despite the fact that it's funny, it's very annoying and painful to see people go through such things. I'm going to show you, and it's about a couple that lives in the United Kingdom. They stay in Liverpool. So this woman have been having some slight issues with her husband. She wants her husband to be kinder, be a better person. Not that they are having very serious relationship issues. They are already married, they have a child, one child, and she wanted a better man. She just wanted a man to do better in the relationship, maybe care more, maybe do more, just like every other person would want their partner to be. And she decided to try to seek advice from a third party, from her friend. This story would help us understand why it is important that we trust who we are with, and we learn to create that relationship with our partners where if we have issues, we'll be able to sort with our partners. Because if we bring third parties, most times it ends up hurting that relationship. Not in all situations, but in most cases, third parties will always end up hurting that relationship. So we really need to be very careful who we open up to, when it comes to our relationship issues or marriage issues. So this woman opened up to her friend, and her friend told her, okay, maybe this is a spiritual problem. And the friend all introduced her to Prophetess. This prophetess also lives in the United Kingdom. So she approached the prophetess, and the prophetess said they needed to pray and commit everything into the hands of God, which they did on several occasions. But because changes were not really occurring, the prophetess demanded that she should come with her husband. So they would do further prayers, which the woman obliged and brought the husband. And after days of prayers and fasting and all that, she went back home with her husband. So after a few days and weeks, she noticed that instead of the man behaving better, in fact, the situation was getting worse. The man's attitude became so bad, like he would no longer come back home. He was, in fact, everything that she complained about was like what she was wishing the man to be. The man has changed totally. So she decided to go back to this prophetess to go and complain. Okay, the man I brought here, the man has even become worse than that. The man has turned to something else, something even worse than the situation before she brought him to see the prophetess. So when she got there, surprisingly for her, she noticed that this her husband was already living with this prophetess. So she now asked the prophetess, I brought this man for you to help me solve this issue. So why is this happening? So the prophetess now told her that while they were praying, while she was trying to intercede on her behalf, that God spoke to her that this woman that is already married to this man with one child, that she has not been a good wife to the man, that she's not the right person for the man. And she, the prophetess, is who God has kept for this man. That she, the prophetess, is supposed to be the man's wife. In fact, let me just allow you guys to hear the full gist and the full story from this whole thing. And you see how crazy the people that we hold in high esteem, how they can behave sometimes. And you have to be careful out there who you open up to, who you ask for help, and the things you say to people, how you're able to ask for help, where you go to ask for help. It's not everything that glitters as gold, as it's always said. So let's hear. Hello, Hungry and Angry. How can I help, please? Listen. Is it Hungry and Angry? Yes. Please, I have a case I want to bring to your table. Okay. I saw you on the Facebook. Okay. And
I saw what you are doing and it really gives me joy. That's why I brought this thing to you too, because I believe that you can help me out. Okay, go on. It's all about my husband has been behaving funny. He does not come back home. He does not do anything again for us. My friend told me about the pastor, a church that she take me to the church, that when we get there, that the pastor will pray for me. Then my husband will be nice. She took me to the pastor. After that, I took my husband there too. And she prayed for us, advised my husband what to do. Then we left. After some time, my husband changed. 1 week, 2 weeks, he does not come back home. And I went back to the church. And I told the prophetess that my husband is no more going back to the house. I don't understand what is going on. She now told me that madam, that she's sorry, that I'm not good enough for my husband. I said, how do you mean? She said the Spirit of God told her that I'm not good enough for my husband. Wait a minute. What is the name of this prophetess? Prophetess. 1 year now. 1 year. Do you have kids? Just one. Okay. How long are you married to your husband? Just one. Just a year now. A year. And you guys have been living together for 1 year. You have one child. Yes. And now your pastor have taken your husband from you. Yes. And said that the Spirit of God advised her that your husband belongs to her. Me again. This is another level of vision. I've never. Where is this pastor from? She's from Nigeria. Do you have her number? Yes, I have her number. Okay, can you text her number to me? Let me try and see if I can put her on this conference call. I will. Okay, send her number to me now, please. Okay, hang on 1 minute. Let me add her on this call. Please do. Okay, I'll send the number. I'm adding it now. I pray she speaks to God. I'm adding her now.
Crazy things happen.
Hello. Thank God. Am I speaking to Prophetess Beyonce? Correct, speaking. Okay, my name is Dr. Chida. We're from NGO Hungry and Angry. Dr. Chida, I've seen you online. I've seen all your work. It's amazing. I hope there's no problem. What can I do for you? Okay, not quite. A little bit of problems. I'm on the phone right now with a lady called, what's your name, madam? Joko is my name. Okay, Mrs. Njoko, do you know her? She has. Okay, and she said she had a problem with her husband and she brought her husband over to you to pray so that her husband can come home, back home. Her husband used to sleep out and then she came to you for help. What happened, madam? Prophetess? Yeah, well, she did come for me. She did come to me for help. That is correct. She said that her husband was sleeping outside the house. They wasn't talking. He wasn't coming home. I said that I would help her. So I was praying with her. We were fasting. We were reading Bible scriptures. So, I was trying to help her get her marriage back on track and get her back with her husband. But within that time, God actually did speak to me and told me that I should be with her husband and that he should be with me. Wait a minute. That her husband should be with you. Correct. That's what God told me. God said this to you. Not evil. That's what I was told by God. And we all know that God is higher than anyone above. And he told me that I should be. Doctor, hang on a minute, please. Let me hear what she's saying. Go on. That God said what? God said that we should be together and we've decided to be together. It cannot be possible. God did not tell you. So, wait a minute, Sinjab. So you're saying to me now that you've taken her husband from her. Her husband now belongs to you.
God said.
What did you say now? You said God is never a liar. God is what he told me. So I'm doing exactly what he told me. Miss Njoku, wait, let's hear what she's saying, please. Go on. She doesn't submit. They have been together for a while. It hasn't been working out. And he is meant to be with me. Yeah, that is it. What can I say? So where are you from, Prophetess? I live in Liverpool. Well, where are you from? Nigeria. Okay. Do you understand this lady is from Nigeria as well? I understand. So you're going to go back to Nigeria and tell people, your family, 1 minute, madam, wait a minute, madam. You're going to go back to Nigeria and say to people that, this husband is someone's wife, and God said to you, he should be. He must say that, oh. Correct. God cannot say that. God cannot say that. Coming to say that. I did help. By taking the husband from her? Is that what you call help? Yes, it should not work for you. Wait a minute, Miss. Listen, I've done a lot of rescues, but this one is unbelievable. Making me out to be a bad person, but if God spoke to me, God is the number one. If he tells you something, that is what it is. He has the final say always. And that is his final say. Stop calling God. You don't know God, though. So that's stop calling God. He's saying that. This one is beyond me now. I don't know what to do. Honestly, this one is beyond me.
Good. So things are happening. So You need to look before you leap. There are so many fakes out there, actually fakes in every sector, whether be it religion and all that. There are so many fakes, so you need to be very careful out there. We've heard of such stories, we've seen similar situations happening before our eyes. Everyone out there, you need to be very careful. It's not all that glitters that's gold. You need to be aware of that. So test every spirit so that you will know if they are truly from God. Don't just jump on every bandwagon. Don't just jump on every religion, every so-called man of God. Don't just believe anything. You have to be careful. You need to be very selective. Else you fall prey to such situations. You can imagine the audacity, how she's saying everything that she's saying. God spoke to her at another woman's husband. Maybe she's right. Maybe God actually did speak. So be careful out there. Be sure of what you're doing before you do it. God bless you. See you in the next video.